all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes. And all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy. People talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment.
They called Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle prophets for exposing the entertainment industry. And once again, they're being proven right. A bunch of pictures from Diddy's Ibiza party just resurfaced, and now a lot of these celebrities are scrambling behind the scenes. Sources are saying the pictures are just the tip of the iceberg. Apparently, there's actual video footage from that party, and these stars are doing whatever they can to make sure it never comes out. But we need to talk about who is in these pictures and what allegedly happened at this party, because everything that's coming out now lines up perfectly with what Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle tried to warn us about years ago. Alright, so these party photos were originally posted by Diddy on his official IG. However, he deleted them quickly after he probably realized the party was supposed to stay secret. So this was actually a 40th birthday party for Riccardo Tisci, Givenchy designer who was once rumored to have been intimate with Kanye West. In his interview with Vogue Homme, Riccardo was asked about his best experience in bed, and he said it was with a man who is known. I never imagined that something could happen between us, and it's still the hottest weekend of my life, Riccardo said. Nobody really knows if this guy is straight or gay. It is a mystery. However, I was attracted to him, his way of speaking, thinking, walking, dressing. I love what he does as an artist. This weekend, this intimate moment has only reinforced my attraction to him. Now, Kanye and Riccardo were hanging out a lot back then. In fact, at the time of this interview, Kanye was living in Paris, where Riccardo resides. Meanwhile, Riccardo reportedly purchased an apartment less than half a mile from Kanye's place in Soho. And when those Ibiza photos surfaced, the internet started connecting the dots. So this party was held in Ibiza on August 1st, 2014 at the Los Olivios horse stud farm. Now, was it just a coincidence they chose a horse stud farm for this party? Or is there some symbolism behind it? Well, you can draw your own conclusions on that.
This is my horse Bugatti. Ooh, the energy.
Also, remember some of those lawsuits said Diddy used horse tranquilizer to incapacitate his victims?
There are now minors that are getting ready to sue P. Diddy for crimes against them, including the youngest, a 9-year-old boy who claims that he allegedly was given horse tranquilizer.
So they chose a horse stud farm for this party in Ibiza, and the guest list was absolutely stacked. We already mentioned Riccardo Tisci's rumored lover, Kanye West, but Kim Kardashian was also there. And so were Kendall and Kris Jenner. Cassie was there too. Justin Bieber, Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, Zac Efron, Jared Leto. Now, apparently, things at this party got very wild at this party, like freak-off level wild. And what's interesting is that just one day after Diddy's arrest, several celebs suddenly started deleting posts referencing this party. And Usher did the most cleaning up. Around 7,000 of his tweets disappeared overnight, and Usher blamed it on his account being hacked. Of course, no one was buying this. Because what do you mean you're a major celebrity, you got hacked, and the hackers decided to delete 7,000 of your tweets instead of tweeting random stuff? So what was Usher trying to hide about those Diddy parties? Well, I'm gonna show you what Katt Williams revealed about these parties. Remember when Katt said on Club Shay Shay that for the last 30 years, all he's been doing is collecting receipts and information on the industry? Well, Katt wasn't joking, because in a recent interview on Big Boy, Katt described how he used to stay in the parking lot and watch all these famous men show up to Diddy's party. And Katt was so committed to his detective work that he would wait outside until the party was over to watch the guests leave. And according to Katt, those men definitely didn't look the same coming out as they did going in. Katt actually said some of them had to drive off standing up, and you know what that means.
They would have these parties in the Hollywood Hills, you know? And then they would have a parking lot where they would shuttle people up. So everybody would meet in this parking lot and they would send shuttles down to, you know, Diddy's party. And so I wasn't ever invited to the parties, but I was invited to the parking lot because I knew the people that ran the shuttle service. You knew them too, as it turned out. But yeah, I would go to the parking lot and I would watch them all go up there. And, you know, they would be thinking I'm coming later. still in the parking lot when they come down. And, you know, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes. And all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy. Like, their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up.
Now y'all think it's funny, but Katt is giving you inside info. Because if these were just jokes, all those celebs wouldn't be out here deleting thousands of tweets and scrambling and scraping to remove all evidence of their friendship with Diddy. And then Dave Chappelle tried to tell you also. Listen to what Dave said about the Diddy tapes all the way back in 2003.
What about Osama, of course? They're still looking for Osama bin Laden and...
Yeah, whatever happened to that? They don't mention that anymore, right?
No, it kind of went away.
He's putting out more tapes than Puffy, this guy.
He's putting out more tapes than Puffy, this guy, man.
He was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties.
And Dave and Katt both told you, don't do any of that freak-off stuff in front of them because they're definitely snitching.
Look at my face. This is not necessarily a handsome face, but it's not an ugly face. But if you really study my face clearly, I have snitch energy. Oh, I look like I'll tell. The last thing you want to see the orgy is me across the room looking at you like. Leave Carl Winslow alone.
I infiltrate the Illuminati, get the information, run back to y'all, tell y'all everything.
And that's exactly why Katt and Dave were never invited to those freak-off parties, including that one in Ibiza. But let's talk about who was invited. Let's start with Justin Bieber, because that whole situation with Diddy, Usher, and Bieber is one of the most disturbing rabbit holes out there. And the fact that the mainstream media still isn't willing to have an honest conversation about it says a lot. Diddy reportedly started preying on Bieber at a very young age, and Usher was the one who basically delivered Bieber to Diddy as a gift, just like young Usher was delivered to Diddy all those years ago. And we still don't know exactly what happened to 15-year-old Justin when he spent 48 hours with Diddy unsupervised.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Now about that Ibiza party, Justin was 20 at the time, but you can see he looked much younger. He still had that baby face, and apparently that's what Diddy was into. And it's interesting how after that Ibiza party, Justin started hanging out with Diddy a lot. In fact, just a few months later, Justin was photographed shirtless and in his underwear at Diddy's vodka party in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, if you look up news stories about Justin from 2014, this is when he started really acting out. There was that egg-throwing incident when he was investigated for vandalizing a neighbor's home. Around this time, Justin's home was searched for illegal substances. And then just weeks later, Justin was arrested in Miami Beach for drag racing and driving under the influence. And throughout that whole year, Justin just kept running into legal problems. He was detained multiple times. And then on August 29th, Bieber was arrested in Canada after an ATV he was driving collided with a minivan. And remember that party in Ibiza took place on August 1st. So it seems whatever happened at that party left Justin traumatized and angry. There were also rumors that Justin was threatened to stay silent about what happened because in 2014, those old videos of young Justin making racist jokes leaked. And according to some sources, this was Diddy's warning to Justin that he could destroy his whole career if he ever spoke about the party tapes. So Justin just kept on spiraling. Later on, more disturbing party videos surfaced, including one of Justin partying with Odell Beckham Jr. and Trey Songz. And at one point, it looked like Justin was on his knees in front of OBJ, wiping his mouth. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Remember I mentioned Kris Jenner was at that Ibiza party with Justin? Well, just a few months after the party, it was reported that Kris Jenner's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, started working as Justin's tour manager. And it's been alleged that Corey was brought in to basically act as Justin's handler and make sure he doesn't speak publicly about the Diddy parties. And keep in mind, Corey isn't just some random dude. He and Diddy go way back, and they reportedly met through their mutual friend, Fonzworth Bentley.
Further investigation, I did discover that Fonzworth Bentley, who worked as P. Diddy's butler, his personal valet, really his personal assistant for a number of years, was enrolled in Morehouse College at the same time that Corey Gamble was enrolled in Morehouse College. I wonder if that connection at Morehouse eventually led to Corey Gamble meeting P. Diddy through Fonzworth Bentley, but obviously we can't confirm this. This is just speculation. Corey Gamble has been close with P. Diddy publicly since at least the mid-2000s to the late 2000s. Dozens of photographs on the internet of Corey Gamble with P. Diddy and his young children that were taken years and years ago. Corey has stated on multiple occasions that he helped raise P. Diddy's children and had a brother-sister-like friendship with Kim Porter, P. Diddy's now deceased ex. We talked about in earlier videos, Corey Gamble was even on the scene when coroners arrived to retrieve Kim Porter's lifeless body out of her home. It really does seem like Corey Gamble has more than just a friendship with P. Diddy and his family. It definitely seems to be more of a...
But there are a few more dots we need to connect here. So another one of Diddy's close friends who attended that Ibiza party is Naomi Campbell. And the rabbit hole around Naomi is so deep that it needs a whole documentary. But all I'm gonna say is that allegedly, Naomi served as sort of a recruiter for Diddy and other powerful men. Remember, her name shows up in the Jeffrey files hundreds of times, and she was pictured on a yacht with one of Jeffrey's victims, Virginia Giuffre. So the rumor is that Naomi was the one these powerful predators hired to help them lure in young victims, particularly from the modeling world. Now, how does Justin Bieber connect to all this? Well, shortly after that Ibiza party, Naomi and Justin were photographed holding hands at a fashion event in NYC. So you see the pattern, right? Diddy brings Justin to that Ibiza party, and right after that, Justin starts acting out publicly. He's getting arrested, lashing out, using substances, self-destructing. It was a clear cry for help. And then, all of a sudden, all these industry handlers who were also at the party and were close to Diddy, Kris Jenner, Kim K and Kendall, Corey Gamble, Naomi Campbell, they all start clinging to Justin, acting like his friends. But if you look closer, it seems less like their real job was making sure Justin kept his mouth shut about whatever happened at that party. And now, there are some new reports surfacing claiming that Diddy actually videotaped the whole thing, including what he allegedly did to Justin. And apparently, a lot of these same celebrities who attended the party are panicking right now, because if that tape ever leaks, it's going to open a whole new can of worms. And with all of this coming out, a lot of fans are saying they really hope Justin finally speaks up, because if anyone knows what actually went on behind closed doors, it's probably him. A lot of people believe Justin wasn't just a witness to all of this. They think he was victimized, and not just by Diddy, but by a whole network of industry people who took advantage of him when he was young and vulnerable.
Do you feel that you were self-destructing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have for sure. 100%. Yeah. 100%. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. It would have been, yeah. I don't know if I'd be alive for sure. It was dark. Really dark.
And Justin's fans have been saying this for years. They've watched him struggle publicly, seen the erratic behavior, the breakdowns, the way he seems like he's carrying something really heavy. Even today, he still gives off this vibe like he hasn't healed from whatever trauma he endured.
Image of like, am I ever gonna, am I worthy of love? Like, and God says you are. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't make the rules, but Jesus says that, and I really believe him.
Whatever happened to Justin back then, it's clear he's still dealing with the consequences of it. And a lot of fans are begging for him to tell his side of the story. But then on the other hand, many people suspect Justin might actually be blackmailed. Maybe someone out there has something on him, and that's why he stayed quiet all these years. All he can do is drop little hints here and there, like that Yummy video, which a lot of fans are convinced was a coded message about this network of predators who prey on young ones.
There were so many Epstein Files connections to Justin Bieber's Yummy video. First, let's talk about how he promoted this song by using a bunch of pictures of babies. Took the hashtag yummy and also wrote yummy in pizza. And this word yummy was used like 300 times in these Epstein files. I haven't seen anybody point this out, but at the end of the video, there's a baby pig on the table. At the start of the video, we see him walking through the kitchen, going to the table with the old rich people as if he's being served. They have very young people as the entertainment. They show this girl, and here's her outfit, but we'll get into that. There's also paparazzi in the kitchen as in being filmed at this party. You see Justin with a sandwich in front of him, guarded by a piece of bread. On the sandwich is this red cherry or olive with red little sticks in them, which later becomes black with black sticks. Serving disgusting food with peas, P. Diddy, and this pink. I wanted to point out this looks like a pizza. You see Justin with a pink drink in front of him, messing around with this guy's glasses. All the adults are taking turns sitting down with him. You see an entertainer and Justin's cat in the middle of the table representing him entertaining. And that's when we see the black olive cherry. We also see the Puffs, Puff Daddy. During the lyrics, lost control of myself, I'm compromised. Annie winks. We see this pink goo with circus peanuts on top. During the words, you ain't never running low on supplies. And the pink drink, so think about the pink stuff at these parties. What do you think these peanuts could represent? We see them reaching for the food and them devouring the food. Justin with water and the pink drink, we see him messed up. Girls in white come out from under the table. Notice he's taking things off. We got the white party. Remind you of anybody? And the dance moves are eating. From this, we see that red outfit on the chair. After the party, that outfit is there. We see this man eating cake. Allegedly could be this guy who founded the record label with Diddy. We see this guy with a bunch of pink drinks who looks similar to L.A. Reid. A baby pig on the table. Why a baby? Don't people usually like the big one? We see his plate with the cake, peas, and the cherries representing innocence, and then young him with...
As I said, this rabbit hole is deep and dark, and I feel it's going to take a long time until we get the full truth about what happened to Justin and other young stars like him. But until then, I want to hear your theories. What do you think really happened at that Ibiza party? Is this what Katt and Dave Chappelle have been trying to warn us about? And what about Justin? Do you think he'll ever speak out on what happened? Leave all your comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.